what's up guys, Nick here and welcome back to another Tinker Tuesday. Today I want to tell you how to make anything into a chatterbait. First thing you're thinking, if you're anything like me, chatter frog. Just kidding, doesn't work, but let me show you what does. Let's get into it. Alright guys, check this out. We've all thrown chatterbaits. If you're not throwing a chatterbait by now, you're missing the bus. They work great in dirty, dingy water, windy days. They work great, or just to catch a bigger fish on average, you know, showing a bait that displaces more water. Works. Everybody knows. Now, a lot of time chatterbaits get wore out or your hook gets screwed up and you're going to go to toss it out. Do not do that. Get some heavy duty cutters like these P-line pliers right here and cut the nose ring off of there and keep that blade. What I'm going to show you right here has worked phenomenal for me. Now, for example, I rarely ever use actual chatterbaits anymore. I use jigs that I like, that I could be more selective about my skirt, or the jig maker right here. This is a 3/4 ounce. I was fishing deep water where I actually found some grass and a little murky bottom. And what you could notice, if I zoom in right here for you, there's two split rings. The split ring going through the bottom of that blade, and this is a blade that I've just taken off an old chatterbait style bait and attached another split ring to the bottom. Dual split rings, goes through the bottom of there. Now I can attach like this silver blade here. I can simply attach that to here, keep this in my box. If I have any sort of bait fish looking swim bait on there and I find dingier water or water with grass and I want more vibration, I can simply attach it to the front of that, you know, weighted kill hook right there, that swim bait hook, and now I have a vibrating jig just like that. Now, another thing that chatterbait has, what a lot of people are not aware of, is small chatterbaits, the panfish ones, but the jig heads were really light. So what I did is I took some of the panfish ones, just bought them to cut the blade off. Once again, added that double ring there and put it on 1/4 ounce heads to where I can throw it on my medium power bait casting instead of like the Sticks hybrid stick, to where I can cast it still a long ways, fish it on a slightly stouter hook. I've whacked so many fish in the later fall and early spring on that little Kitech setup right there, and I can bomb it out there. The smaller blade has less lift. Now, with attaching these blades to anything, you want to make sure it has weight to where it stays down. Like that chatter frog, it's not going to work. If the frog was a sinker, then it would work, but the blades create lift. The smaller blades create less lift, to where if I'm fishing deeper water, I'm going to use the smaller one. Shallow water, I'm okay with the bigger one. The bigger one puts off more thump, more displacement. It's going to let them find it in dirtier water a little bit better. But if I'm in those semi conditions, not dirty, not clean, but I know that I can get a little bit better bite or get vibration to clear that grass away from my bait, or I just want to show them something different that the other guys aren't throwing, I'll attach that smaller blade. And it's as simple as this. I can take any inexpensive pair of split ring pliers, take that off my bait. Now I just have a jig head with a swim bait. Or I can simply attach it on there. Now I have a vibrating swim bait. Just like that. It shows those fish something different. I keep a silver one, a red one, and a black one in my box. I just spray paint the blades however I want them, just rough them up with some sandpaper. Sometimes I'll keep a big variety, but I typically have the small silver, the small black, the big black, and the big silver. If I'm throwing bait fish, I'm going silver. If I craw pattern, I'm typically going black. It's just a simple way to do it. Now, a guy at a sporting goods show in, I believe he was at ICAST, handed me these things called switchblades. You can pop that open and attach those to baits too. They work very well. The blades are a little bit on the larger side. I don't know if they have smaller ones, but it's a great way to do it, guys. If you have any old chatterbait style bait, cut it off. You hardly ever see EWG style chatterbaits like this. You could also add them to underspins. I typically will do the smaller blade on the underspin because the spin under the bait gets a little funky with the bigger one, but the smaller blade on there with an underspin works great. EWG style hooks works great. Any football jigs, it just allows you more options and shows those fish something different. So don't throw away your beat up chatterbait. Take that blade and repurpose that. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to follow me on all the popular social media channels. We'll see you next time. Best of fishing.